Gentlemen and female gentlemen, I went to a midnight showing of the Fantastic Four, and I am very excited to review it with you today. So the Critical Drinker just made a video, Fantastic Four, this movie shocked me. I'm actually shocked that it shocked him. I mean, I am also a little bit shocked, but I'm not that shocked. So we are going to be overanalyzing it with my immediate reaction right after going to watch this movie, okay? All right, this is the immediate Nux reaction. All right, grab your popcorn. We are going to be talking about how the culture has shifted in America so much that they basically made a pro-family, pro-nuclear family, pro-life movie. Not to say it was perfect or anything, but that's a crazy shift.
In the great three-way battle for dominance at the July box office, I don't think many people were given Fantastic Four great odds.
I'll be honest, I wasn't. I thought it would completely and utterly flop as an excuse to squeeze the Fantastic Four into the Marvel Cinematic Universe so that they could show up in the next Avengers movie. That's literally why I thought they made the Fantastic Four.
Not only was it going up against a juggernaut like the Jurassic World franchise, which somehow keeps churning out billion-dollar movies despite becoming the dinosaur equivalent of the Fast and Furious, only less coherent, but it was also competing directly against James Gunn's Superman by James Gunn, a movie so insanely hyped up that you could almost forget there were actually other films coming out this summer. Yeah. And it wasn't exactly—
I didn't watch that one yet.
Taking on these competitors from a position of strength either. The MCU is a brand struggling for relevance and direction these days, let down by two disappointing flops already this year, and a TV—
Yeah, the MCU is gigantically cooked. Again, here's the thing. I go into MCU movies with zero expectations, okay? I go into an MCU movie expecting to be bored. If it's anything better than dog shit, I am impressed by an MCU movie. This is not the highest of bars, but I'll be real, it's something.
Show's so terrible that even Marvel tried to bury it for years. And as if all that wasn't bad enough, the film itself was dogged by controversy, rumors of panicked reshoots and rewrites.
And also, Pedro Pascal has been incredibly cringe lately on the timeline. Every time I see him, he's getting anxiety around women groping them. Like, it's fucking weird, I'll be real.
Terrible test screenings, girl bosses, and political pandering. And of course, the whole thing was built around Pedro Pascal, the most overexposed and overhyped actor in Hollywood.
Yeah, I made an entire video looking into this dude. Did you know that his father allegedly stole embryos and implanted them in women without their consent and ended up having 5 babies born from like illegal stolen embryos? And then he fled to Chile or something? Yeah, definitely look into that. That's a crazy story. Yeah, but so I think Pedro Pascal is like AstroTurf to the moon. I think that they are like making him the new face of like woke men in Hollywood. That wasn't a weird joke. No, that's a true story. No, that's a true story, guys. No, that's not a weird— Oh my God. People are waiting for the fucking punchline. Oh no. Okay, so this is Pedro Pascal and Vanessa Kirby. And they're just fucking— This is weird. Okay, she's a married woman. All right, this is weird. Okay, that they keep groping each other. Like, what is this? Come on, dude. Stop doing it. What is this? What are we doing here? What are we doing here? All right, but it's consensual. I don't actually care, okay? This is a married woman going around doing the— I'm sorry, bro. That's fucking insane. That is actually crazy. Anyway, I think it's weird. And he's fucking everywhere. He's like, he's emotionally requiring people. He's so emotionally requiring people. I'll just be real. He's emotionally needy. All right, he's just a man. They fucking. Anyway, my favorite Pedro Pascal lore is that his dad faced allegations of stealing eggs and embryos from patients without consent and implanting them in other women, resulting in 15 births. And I had so many people that didn't believe me in the comments again. Okay, Grok, man, tell me the truth. Yes, it's true. Pedro Pascal's father, Jose Balamanceda, was accused in the 1995 UC Irvine fertility scandal of transferring eggs and embryos without consent, leading to 15 births. He fled to Chile, was indicted in absentia and fraud charges, and remains there. And yeah, let's be honest, it's kind of crazy.
With history. All of this is to say that Fantastic Four felt like it was counted out before the fight even began. But here's the funny thing, dear viewer. It's actually pretty fucking good. You got me shitting me!
That's crazy. Again, I didn't think it was pretty fucking good. I think it was like a warm 7 out of 10 with weird pacing. And in my opinion, as a big Galactus fanboy, I personally think Galactus was a little bit underwhelming. I think, listen, Galactus is probably one of my favorite characters in all of Marvel lore. I'm probably gonna keep doing Marvel lore dives, honestly, because that guy's fucking awesome. And Galactus, like, dude, Galactus shows up. All right, I'm not gonna spoil any major moments, okay? But Galactus shows up and literally gets overpowered in one-on-one combat by the Invisible Lady. Like, her telekinesis was stronger than his. And she, like, pushed him away. And he's like, oh! And she's like, ah! And he's like, oh! And she pushes him away. Okay, one-on-one combat, all right? This is the fucking, like, celestial guy that was created before the universe that eats planets. And, like, brother, what the fuck? Like, come on, dog. What are we doing? All right, but all in all, it was, like, a fine movie. I thought the characters were, like, okay. It was a little funny, all right? It was a little funny. So, like, the moments were good, and the message was good. I like the message of the movie, which I think matters, all right? I do think these matters, but I'm not gonna be like, yeah, it was really good.
In the quiet words of the Virgin Mary, come again.
I mean, let's not go nuts here. It's not a great movie by any stretch. It's not going to change the world or save the MCU.
All right, I'm glad he's pointing out at least that it's not like a great movie.
Superhero movies totally aren't back because of this one film.
Yeah, definitely not.
And there's definitely issues with it.
There definitely are.
Antagonists aren't very well developed. There's a bit—
What antagonists? What antagonists? Galactus shows up and they're like, holy fuck, we have to get rid of him. And they do. All right, listen, that's the fucking antagonist. There are no antagonists.
Too much convenience driving the plot forward, and you can tell the third act's been chopped up in editing.
It was too rushed. In my opinion, the main issue is it was so rushed. I had no idea what was actually going on. And also, another thing that bothered me about this movie was the super idealism of the world. All right? You know, Pedro Pascal playing Stretchy Guy is like, get me in contact with every single country in the world. We all need to work together. And all the countries decide, fuck yeah, we're doing it. And they all work together. And it's like, really, guys? Or there's this giant revolt. So Galactus says, I will spare your world if you give me your child. All right? And then the guy is like, no, I will not give you my child, even for the world. And Galactus is like, okay, I'll take your world and your child. So Pedro Pascal goes to give a press conference to the people and is like, he said he'd spare us if I give them my child. And I said, no. And the world is like, what the fuck? That's crazy. He's literally going to destroy our planet. So, like, then they have all these protests and these riots. You could save the entire planet by giving up one child. And Invisible Lady goes up to the entire group of protesters and is like, I will not sacrifice my child for this world, but I will not sacrifice this world for my child. We are a family! And everyone starts crying, all the riots end, and everyone's happy. And it's like, brother, what the fuck? What are we doing?
But for the most part, I think the good far outweighs the bad in this case. The four leads were likable and easy.
They were likable. I agree with that. The characters were good. There were funny interactions. I like that.
Get invested in. The plot was simple but effective for building up the stakes and tension. The gloriously retro-futuristic world was a nice break from the visual diarrhea that we're used to seeing.
I actually agree. I like the style.
The dreaded Marvel humor was massively toned down.
Agreed.
There was no girl bossing or pandering like the rumors suggested. Damn, man,
True.
Even Pedro Pascal did a pretty good job as Reed Richards.
He did.
No way!
Yeah, he was fine. I don't think he's a bad actor. I just think he's in fucking everything.
I can't quite believe I'm saying this about a Marvel movie in 2025.
It was fine.
But credit where credit's due. I quite liked Fantastic Four. The movie opens on an alternate
For me personally, the themes of the movie was the best part. Like, actually promoting a nuclear family, actually talking about how a mother is a important role in the world, talking about how a fetus is a living, breathing human being, I think is definitely a change of pace for Hollywood.
version of Earth with a brisk and breezy intro that explains the origin of the Fantastic Four in a quick, simple summary that works neatly in context.
Yeah.
Unlike a fucking wall of text, James. After their first journey into space that gave them all superpowers, the team are now heroes and global celebrities who use their powers for the good of humanity. All great stuff, until one day the Silver Surfer crashes the party by announcing that Earth has been marked for death, and Galactus is on his way to eat the fucking planet. Not good news, so the gang head into space with a heavily pregnant Sue Storm to intercept Galactus and either negotiate a peaceful settlement or find a way to destroy him. Galactus easily captures them though and offers them a simple choice: hand over Sue's unborn son and he'll leave Earth alone, or refuse and he'll kill them all and eat their planet anyway.
Which I think it's a pretty good, it's definitely a pretty good emotional stake, right?
Boy, that escalated quickly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Naturally, they're not particularly keen on this deal, so they bail the fuck out of there and return to Earth. And for some reason, Reed Richards tells everyone exactly what went down.
Yes! Oh my god, I literally was so mad when this happened. He goes on the press conference, is like, I could have saved Ali by giving up my child, and I decided, no, I'm not gonna do that. And everyone's like, wait, what the fuck? You could have stopped them from destroying the entire planet? And it's like, come on, dude. Why are you telling them? Literally, why? If it's not an option, why would you tell them?
You are the dumbest smart person I have ever met in my life.
Yeah, I was so mad. I was actually mad. You don't understand. When he said this, there was like an audible groan in the theater, right? Like everyone in the theater was like, oh, like so mad at the same time. This wasn't like a weird writing choice. This was like actual mental retardation.
Like, how do you imagine they're gonna take it when they realize you're the reason Earth is about to get eaten by a giant cosmic demon gods? Anyway, with Galactus on his way and their popularity on the downslide, the race is on to find a way to either defeat him or escape before he gets there. But does the answer really lie with a desperate plan to hide the entire planet, or does the Silver Surfer hold the key to stopping him? Now, there's a lot I want to say about this film, and for once, I want to start with the good news.
Alright.
And I'm probably going to dip into spoilers here, so consider yourself warned.
Okay.
Anyway, the first piece of good news is that most of what was leaked about this movie was either wrong or massively exaggerated. Sue Storm isn't some annoying girl boss who dominates every situation.
True.
The movie doesn't
She was a good character. They were all good characters, bro. They were all good characters. Except for Galactus, who barely existed. He was just kind of there and strong and scary. But, I don't know. I thought the characters were fun. The interactions were good. It was good shit.
pander to gender politics or knock down the male characters just to big up the ladies, and the finale isn't just her and the Silver Surfer saving the day single-handed.
True.
Everyone gets stuff to do throughout the film. It's very much a team effort, and
Almost everyone. The Thing did nothing. Everyone contributed except for Rock Guy. Literally everyone else contributed to saving the day.
4 of them have a role to play. Well, maybe not so much the Thing, but
I'm so happy he brought this up. It was so frustrating. Alright, you don't understand. Fire Guy basically saved the day. Human Torch actually saved the day by, doing some crazy shit. I don't want to actually spoil. Alright? But he saved the day. Reed Richards, the Mr. Fantastic, he developed the Thing to save the day. Sue Storm literally overpowered Galactus in one-on-one combat, which was fucking retarded. But also saved the day. The Thing did nothing. No thing.
But really, how much can you do with a fucking walking boulder that punches things?
Bro, they could have done something, okay? Like, what are we talking about? The Human Torch, his contribution was emotional, okay? He fucking rizzed up the Silver Surfer or whatever, alright? Like, come on, dude. The Thing could have done something, bro.
Leads the way when it comes to science and technology, while Sue is more of a maternal presence over the team, and that's fine. It's a collaboration, not a competition, which is how it should be. Johnny Storm is way less annoying than the trailers made him out to be, and he's actually pretty smart and makes a key discovery that helps him understand the Silver Surfer's true nature. Yeah, I think the movie could have given them more scenes together to flesh out their relationship, but I'll get more into that later.
I mean, personally, I think that the movie was just too short. I think they tried to do a Galactus plot in like an hour and a half, all right? Galactus needs more time than that. He is easily one of my favorite characters in the Marvel, like, lore. And I'll be real, they didn't give him the time he needed.
And believe it or not, I also have to give props to Pedro Pascal.
Fuck.
Whatever you might think of his public persona or Hollywood trying to push him into absolutely everything, one thing you can't deny is that he's a pretty fucking good actor, and when he's given the right role to work
I think he's a good actor. He's just in fucking everything.
with, he can do great things.
I'm getting Pedro Pascal fatigue.
I actually liked his portrayal of Reed Richards. He's smart, composed, and logical, and
And he's also a little awkward sometimes. I liked it.
despite what the rumors would have you believe, he's never pussified or pushed to the side in favor of Sue Storm.
True.
There's a real theme of family,
True.
loyalty, and
True.
teamwork running
True.
throughout the narrative, and
Which is beautiful. Imagine a family being celebrated and not a single mom girl boss character.
holy shit, after all the weirdly sterile, sexless, joyless, loveless relationship that we've had to put up with in recent years, it was like some wild acid trip to have a movie that revolves around a husband and wife who love each other and the child that they're about to bring into the world.
Yeah.
We've actually reached the point where a bog standard nuclear family dynamic is some crazy revolutionary concept now. Another thing I appreciated about Fantastic Four was how removed it was from the rest of the MCU and its bullshit convoluted storylines. For one,
For now. For now!
I didn't have a laundry list of movies and TV shows I needed to catch up on just to understand what the fuck was even happening here. It's just a neat, self-contained story, and I like
Even though the post-credit scene is literally leading it into becoming the next Avengers.
On the downside, probably my biggest issue with the film is the Silver Surfer, but not for the reasons you might think. Honestly, I don't much care if she's male or female because she's a fucking space alien made out of liquid metal. My problem is that I wanted the movie to do a bit more with her. I wanted to know more about her mindset and motivations, her personality, how she sees the world, and how she feels about what she does.
Yeah, so obviously the issue is they didn't have time. They didn't have fucking time for anything. They had to speed through an entire storyline. They needed to give a personality. They basically gave her like one flashback, and from that you're supposed to understand her entire personality. They needed more time to flesh out everything. It was an hour-and-a-half movie with the dawn of Galactus coming to consume the Earth, with the Silver Surfer showing up as the Herald and going back to Galactus, and they went to Galactus, and they escaped from Galactus, and Silver Surfer chased them. They lost Silver Surfer, they got back to Earth, they tried to come up with a solution to Galactus showing up to eat their planet, and there was the climax. Like, there was no time for any character growth, almost, for especially the antagonists.
As it stands, she's not in the movie enough for me to form much of an opinion about her at all, and her redemption arc feels kind of unearned because there's a lot of connective tissue missing. Probably because it was left on the cutting room floor, but I'll get back to that shortly. It's much the same problem with Galactus. I mean, don't get me wrong, he looks awesome, and Ralph Ineson does great work with the voiceover, even if I wish he would have kept his Yorkshire accent. Hey up lass, give me baby or I'll eat your planet. Ah, that's champion. Again,
Yeah, I'm kind of happy he didn't have that accent, but his voice was cool.
the problem is that the movie doesn't tell us a whole lot about him.
Bro, clever little bugs.
He's just big and hungry, and
He was big and hungry, but we didn't know anything about him.
planets, I guess, and he wants baby Franklin to somehow take over his role one day.
Yeah, they don't explain anything about his creation or about his personality, you know, or anything like that. It's all about Galactus being like,
Hunger, give me your child, because I hunger or something.
and it's like, I see, okay, we're not going to do that. Nux, you have to do a lore dive on Franklin Richards.
Like, I've literally got no idea how that's even meant to work functionally, and I don't get the impression you're meant to think about it too much. It's a testament to how much I enjoyed this film, though, that my biggest gripes are the things missing that I wanted to see more of, rather than
That is a completely valid point. Me talking about a lack of development in certain areas is so much better than talking about how the film is dog shit for all sorts of crazy, random, pushing agenda reasons.
hated, and I get the impression there was originally a longer cut of this film that gave us more of those all-important character moments and connective scenes. Whether it was a panic in studio trying to course correct after negative feedback, or just a desire for a shorter runtime, I'm not sure, but the end result is a slightly rushed, timid sort of movie that could have been something really special with just a bit, well, more. As it stands though, Fantastic Four is a surprisingly decent movie that does what it does with just enough flair and heart to get you invested, and that probably would have been considered thoroughly mid a decade ago. But in these dark—
True! This would have been absolutely a mid movie a decade ago. That's how far we've fallen. That this is considered a good fucking superhero movie. But like, if this would have come out at the same time as The Dark Knight, no one would have even watched this shit. Literally.
days of cinema, well, it's by far the best superhero film of 2025.
Damn.
Make of that what you will.
Alright, well, I didn't see Superman yet.
Anyway, that's all I've got for today. Go away now.
Yeah, I thought it was fun. I thought the characters were okay. I like Galactus, all in all, so I'm just happy to see him whenever I can. I'd give it like a 7 out of 10. That's what I have to say. Thank you so much for being here. Appreciate you guys. And remember to stay weird, fam. Like, subscribe, and this video was streamed live on kick.com/Nuxanor. See you there. Stay weird, fam.